Right here is a 5th generation Hyundai Sonata, and one of the top 5 problems that we're going to cover today will actually cause, well, your battery to drain. Our first problem is going to be transmission shifting issues accompanied by a check engine light code of P0722. That actually comes down to the output speed sensor on the transmission. It's not really going to be an internal transmission failure, so I guess that's good news. We do sell the sensor at oneauto.com, and it's located underneath the airbox and the battery tray. Now, the sensor goes bad and it can't communicate properly with the computer, and that's why the transmission isn't shifting correctly. You can check the wiring between the two, but it is unlikely that that's the cause. So a new sensor swapped in should do the trick, and don't forget to clear that check engine light when you're done, and the vehicle should drive properly after. Our second problem is going to be the accelerator pedal position sensor, which is actually going to cause the vehicle to go into limp mode. So you want to be careful if that happens because you won't be able to go over 20 miles an hour. This problem is also accompanied by a check engine light with a P2122 code telling you there's an issue with that sensor. The sensor is actually built into the pedal, so all you can do is really replace the whole pedal assembly, and after that, you clear the check engine light, you make sure it's good, problem should be solved. Our third problem is going to be a rough idle on this engine, and that is accompanied by a check engine light as well. Now you'll find, if you diagnose this, that in most cases it's actually going to be the EGR switching valve that has gone bad, and at idle it'll cause it to, well, not run very smoothly. Now you want to make sure you do diagnose this properly because other components here can cause a rough idle, but once you've found that the EGR valve is at fault, replace it and you'll be good to go. Our fourth problem will be a rattling noise on startup, sometimes a tapping noise, once again, just on startup, and that is going to be your timing chain tensioner failing and not holding oil pressure with the engine off, therefore causing extra slack in the timing chain. So when you first start it up, before it builds oil pressure, the chain's going to rattle around. Now you want to replace that timing chain tensioner with an updated design that'll fix this issue. But while you're in there, I highly recommend putting on a new timing chain and some guides when you do that tensioner. That way you refresh everything. You have to take this apart and you're already there. You might as well. That should solve your issue. Our final problem, which is actually the one that I mentioned at the very beginning of the video, is the parking lights staying on. And this vehicle doesn't actually have this issue. I turned them on to show you. But no matter what you do when you have this issue, you can turn the switch off, you can pull the key out of the ignition until you disconnect the negative battery terminal, they're going to stay on. Unfortunately, this will drain your battery if you don't fix the issue, and it actually stems from the in-cabin fuse box that shorts out on the inside, and no matter what you do, the parking lights are getting power. The only fix for this is to replace that fuse box because it went bad, and that should fix your problem.